Ladies and gentlemen, that was not Kenny G. That was not Dave Cross. Please, for everybody in the studio, give it up for Fariza Hamdan. First time ever. I'm close and personal with a saxophonist, and I didn't want to stop you, Fariza Hamdan. That is the guest that we have in the studios today. She's known as Timer. She'll be telling us why she prefers to be known as Timer. That's a name that she's earned for herself on today's edition of W Talk. And she is nothing short of an incredible saxophonist. Fariza, Timer, welcome. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, good morning. Assalamualaikum and good morning to all.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
And the song that you just played, I believe it was Getaran Jiwa.
Yeah, classic from P. Ramlee.
A classic from P. Ramlee. Wow, wow. So, okay, now, I want to start off by asking you to tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah. My name is Timer. Yeah, Fariza, and I'm a saxophone player.
Okay.
Currently working at Orchestra Kuala Lumpur DBKL.
Okay.
For about 10 years now. So before that, I was a freelance musician. I think that's all about me.
Right. Okay. And the story behind you being called Timer. Yeah.
It's a long story.
Okay. Yeah, make it short, but it's a very interesting one because we had a chat about that off air. Yeah.
Is because before this, when I was in UITM,
okay,
my friend was a bit weird because I like to listen to all these songs like the Beatles. And then
okay.
They said, "You're such an old timer."
Okay, you know what? +1, +2, +3. Because Azrael, Valerie, and myself, we're old timers too. So yes, high five. Don't worry, you're not alone in this world of listening to oldies. Yeah. Okay, Timer. Now, serendipity. I want you to take us back to a time when you were first introduced to the saxophone. Your first few encounters or exposure to the saxophone, and what made you decide that this is the instrument that I'm going to use to unleash my creativity?
The first time I played saxophone. Actually,
or the first time you were exposed to, you were introduced to this instrument?
When I first got accepted at UITM, Faculty of Music. At that time, I played keyboard.
Okay.
But I really want to join the orchestra there, UITM Orchestra.
Okay.
But I realized that they only need one pianist.
Okay.
So I guarantee cannot lah because I was still a junior.
Right.
So I have to find another instrument to get into the orchestra. So at the first place, I want to try trumpet.
Okay.
But I couldn't find the teacher. So at that time, they only have saxophone. So I pick up the saxophone, and I have 6 months to practice.
Wow.
And then audition for the orchestra. So I got it.
Wow. So you literally taught yourself, or you learned how to play the saxophone to earn yourself a spot in the band.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing story. And how long did it take you to be at a level where it was acceptable for them to say, okay, yes, Timer, you're good enough to be part of the band? How long did it took you to train yourself?
I think I don't keep track.
Okay.
Because when I finished study,
okay,
most of my shows, my jobs that I got accepted is saxophone. They don't call me for keyboard, for piano. No.
Although you play the keyboard or the piano better than you...
not better. This because maybe the competition, maybe the people who play saxophone is less.
Okay. Right. And how long has it been? I mean, since you started playing the saxophone, since you said you got into UITM and that's when you were exposed to the saxophone. So thus far, how many years has it been? How long has the journey been?
Oh, I'm not good at math. I started learning at 19 years old.
19 years old.
Now I'm 37.
Wow. 19 to 37. Okay. Wow. And tell us about some of your inspiration. I'm sure, being a musician, you sometimes listen to other percussionists, other musicians, so you can draw inspiration from. And, well, like the examples that I mentioned earlier, people like Kenny G and Dave Koss are some of the very popular saxophonists. Are there any women saxophonists in particular that I may not know of that you can tell us about?
Actually, there's one at that time, but I'm not her fan.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
She's from US. Her name is Candy Delfer.
Candy Delfer. I remember her. She played the song called Summertime.
Yeah.
Summertime. Candy, she's, okay. Tell us about Candy. Uh-huh.
I don't know much about her.
Right.
It's just that she's a woman. So, but I'm not prefer her style. So I prefer more of Eric Marienthal's, Grover Washington.
Okay.
So I like male saxophonist better.
You like male saxophonists better. So there you have it. You heard it from Timer herself. The men do it better than the women, apparently. We'll jump in for a quick break, Timer. When we come back, we'll discover more about you and your journey in playing the saxophone. Today on W Talk, we are speaking to Fariza Hamdan, aka Timer. She's a musician at the Kuala Lumpur Orchestra at DBKL, and she is nothing short of an incredible saxophonist. Don't go anywhere. W Talk will be right back. Welcome back to W Talk on Tracks Momentum. My name is Anil on the mic, and today I'm so excited because I'm up close and personal with a saxophonist. Her name is Fariza Hamdan. We're calling her Timer in the studios because she's an old soul who just loves songs from the oldies. And I've reassured her and I've told her, look, come on, being at Tracks, you can never consider yourself old school because we play you songs from every generation. Yes, Timer, welcome back to W Talk.
Okay, thank you.
See, the thing about W Talk is that it's a flagship show where it's an opportunity that we here at Trax get to speak to the many millions of women and girls out there and inspire them and break gender stereotypes as well. Because I've spoken to doctors, I've spoken to engineers, I've spoken to divers, I've spoken to many women who have broken those barriers, those glass ceilings of definition. There were once upon a time roles that were just defined for men, but women have broken through those uncharted territories, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And speaking of saxophone as well, popularly we know most saxophonists are all men who have dominated this field. What's your view on this, and how have you tackled this? You started at 19, 30 plus thus far. How has it been for you?
Well, to be honest, when I started to play saxophone, I don't think about this gender.
Okay.
Like I want to play, then I play lah.
Of course.
Yeah. So I didn't realize about the gender stereotype until I was playing at shows and events, and then people start saying, "Hey, there's a female saxophonist. Hey, there's a woman play saxophone."
Yeah.
Then I got, what's so weird about it? Like, I'm a musician, so I can play anything. Maybe they think girls only play like violins or pianos only, but cannot play the blow instrument. But I just ignore.
You just ignore them.
I just ignore them. But the things that I don't really like is like they talk about, oh, you should dress nicely and then you should dance. I don't want to do that because I'm a musician.
You're not a performer.
Yeah,
you're not
perform,
someone. Yeah, you perform, but you're not someone who makes a joke out of yourself or something. You put in a lot of work to harness this craft of yours, right?
Yes.
And if someone really wants to listen to you playing the saxophone, that should be the focus and not anything else.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's the only thing that I don't really like about it.
Yeah. I think I need to correct myself as well. I think we have come to a time where we shouldn't be referring to a saxophonist as a male saxophonist or a female or a woman saxophonist. A saxophonist is a saxophonist, is a percussionist, is a musician, as you said. And you just want to be seen as a musician.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be attached to your gender. Who cares whether you're a man or a woman? If you play the saxophone well, that's what matters. And have you noticed any shifts over the time? Have you any shifts in terms of perception? Have maybe event organizers or concert organizers or band owners, have they shifted their perception towards, hiring saxophonists who are not men, or women saxophonists?
It's not really all negative, but also got a lot of positive side on it.
Okay.
Yeah. At first they are so impressed. Like they never see women saxophonists.
Yeah. So
they hire just for the, hey, look, there's a female saxophonist. That's all.
Okay. Now I want to shift the attention on the instrument that you have in front of you. Tell us about that. Tell us about the saxophone. When you look at the saxophone, what does it mean to you?
It means everything.
It means everything.
This is,
It's life. Your life's work thus far since you were 19.
Before I worked at the DBKL, I was a freelance musician for 7 years.
Okay.
So during freelance, very tough.
Yeah.
And I earn money because from playing saxophone.
Okay. And what brand is this? Tell us more about this saxophone. What is the model? What year? You were telling me this is a pretty classic one.
Oh, this is a vintage.
Vintage one. Okay, you can lift it up and let our listeners actually take a look at it. Yeah. There we have it.
Yeah.
Ah.
Vintage from Paris.
beautiful work of art, that one.
Yeah.
And tell us about the various parts of the saxophone. So, yeah, what are the components of it?
This is all the keys lah.
Okay, so those are all the keys.
All the keys. It's very hard if you look at it.
Yeah.
Very hard to understand.
Okay.
But if you learn, then
Of course. So those are the keys, and then that's the mouthpiece over there.
this is the mouthpiece.
So the mouthpiece, so that's something every saxophonist will have to carry for himself. So as and when they switch saxophones, they would attach that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said that this one is an antique, and this could go for about, what, 20,000 ringgit?
Yes.
20, 30,000.
20, up 20 plus.
Is it a very expensive instrument for someone to buy and start practicing?
They have different quality and different. This one is from Paris.
Okay.
Of course, it's expensive, but they also have made from Taiwan, China.
I see.
That one is much more cheaper.
Cheaper version of it. Okay. All right. Let's jump in for a quick break, and we'll give Timer some break, and then after that, she's going to play us some more notes from a saxophone today on W Talk. I was just joking. That look that she gave me, what? Anil? You for real? Today on W Talk, I'm speaking to Fariza Hamdan. She's known as Timer in the music world locally in the scene. She's a musician at Kuala Lumpur Orchestra, DBKL, and she's an incredible saxophonist. We're going to jump in for a quick break. When we come back, we'll resume with the conversation. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to W Talk right here on Tracks Momentum. My name is Anil on the mic, and today I have Timer in the studio. So that is what she's known within her circle of friends, because she loves listening to music from the oldies. Old is gold, as they say. And she is an incredible saxophonist. That is the topic that we're discussing about today. She's a saxophone musician, and she's been talking to us about her journey and how she began playing the saxophone and what it means to her, and how she even broke some gender stereotypes so that she can make a name and etch a name for herself in this industry. Welcome back, Timer, to W Talk.
Hi.
Now I want to talk about your personal life in terms of balancing your career as a musician as well as the other aspects of your life, because I'm sure there's a lot more to Timer than being a saxophonist, right? And also being a musician, it is very important for you to constantly practice and harness your craft. You know, musicians will tell you that learning is a lifelong pursuit. You know, musicians who are legends practice actively almost every day to this very day. They spend hours in the dark inside a concealed room harnessing their craft. And I'm sure you do that too.
Yeah.
So how do you balance that?
For me, right now, at the moment, it's not that hard for me. Because, Alhamdulillah, thank God I got the job at Orchestra Kuala Lumpur. So, office hour. 8 to 5. Right. So I have time from 8 to 5 to do my music.
Wow.
To focus. And then after that is family time. Okay. I don't really have the experience of because when I was freelance musician, I'm still not married, so I don't have any commitment. So I'm sure it's very tough when you are married and freelance. Yeah.
Give us a picture of the number of hours that you would spend practicing. Your process of practicing. Do you compose your own music? Have you ventured into that yet?
I'm not composing.
You're not composing. So what is your thought process before you decide that I want to practice this one bit and I want to perform this one? What goes into your mind, and how long does it take you actually to get the hang of something before you're able to perform it?
Maybe, I don't know, few hours. But it's not only me. I can ask my friends also to practice together, and then we can settle it. Maybe if the song is hard, then it takes maybe 1 day or 2 days. But if it's okay, then few hours should be done. I don't keep track on it.
You make it sound like it's a walk in the park, but of course, for people like us looking at you, we are in awe. It's amazing to see that. And I want you to tell us about your experience. I'm sure you would have got a lot of experiences performing, practicing. It's a journey. What's your most memorable experience playing with the saxophone?
The biggest memory is me participating, join performance with our Raja Pop Jamal Abdillah, Datuk Jamal.
Wow.
So I played concerts with him, so several concerts in Malaysia. And then, he got a very, very famous, and then a lot of fans. So when I play in the stadium, the stadium is full house.
Wow.
So I never get...
Sold out audience, that's your experience, huh? Performing in front of, Bob, what? Was it been, 10,000 people? Or maybe even somewhere around that range, maybe?
Yeah, maybe more, because I don't know.
So you had nerves, you were nervous at the beginning?
Before that, I was nervous, but I don't have a choice. I have to do it.
Yeah, of course.
Because my slot is special, like only me and him. Acoustic.
Wow.
So the tense is more.
Right. A lot of burden on your shoulders, huh?
Yeah.
Plus carrying the saxophone as well. Yeah. So you had to deal with both.
And then
what was it like?
The whole stadium is silence, only me and him singing. And then
I can imagine.
So
what did he say to you after you performed? What was his response? How did he react to your to your percussion?
Yeah, positive lah.
Positive. Okay.
But because of that,
yeah,
because of I'm traveling with him.
Okay.
I've overcome stage fright.
So you were touring with Dato' Jamal Abdullah.
I
see. Wow. Okay. Great. Let's jump in for another quick break. I have a song right here. It says That Somebody Was You. It's Kenny G and also Tony Braxton. It's a beautiful song. Let us go Kenny G in it. And let's both together sit down and just listen to this song and come back from the break and have more conversations on you being a saxophonist. All right?
Okay.
Today on W Talk, I'm speaking to Fariza Hamdan. She's a musician at the Kuala Lumpur Orchestra, DBKL, and she's an incredible saxophonist. We're jumping in for a quick break. When we come back, we're going to resume and wrap up today's incredible version of W Talk. Welcome back to W Talk on Tracks Momentum. I'm Anil on the mic, and today I have the privilege, an incredible privilege, to speak to an incredible saxophonist. Her name is Fariza Hamdan. We're calling her Timer because that's how she's known among her friends. She's a musician at Kuala Lumpur Orchestra, DBKL, and she's been sharing her journey with us in exploring and also learning how to perform with the saxophone. Timer, welcome back to W Talk.
Okay.
Now, one particular thing that I notice about saxophonists is that apart from the ability to play the instrument, I think breathing, that's like a very important prerequisite. You got to like load your lungs with as much air as you can before you blow it into the saxophone. And I think, is that part of the training as well for you to become a saxophonist? Breathing exercise?
Actually, it's not from the lung.
It's okay.
From the stomach.
From the stomach, your diaphragm?
Yeah.
I see.
So you have to practice breathing with that. If we use the lung, then you never get to play long notes and all.
Right.
It will go away quickly.
Wow.
But using diaphragm, you can stay longer.
Oh, so you're one of those few people who can hold your breath for as long as you can by taking an air into your diaphragm, huh? So that's a part of the training, the practice that you had to do as well.
Yes.
So a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication that brought you this far. Timer, thank you very much for setting aside your time. I must say this was a unique conversation I had with you. We learned a lot of new things from you today. Now, this conversation wouldn't serve any justice if I never asked you this next question. This is a seed planting moment because W Talk, like I told you, is a flagship show where we speak to women who've broken stereotypes, and we want their stories to be heard. Not only because we want people to know that women are capable of doing great things as well, but we also want to inspire the next generation. What you speak today will resonate to a young girl who's listening right now. 10, 20 years down the line, she may come up to you and say, "Hi, Timer, I heard your conversation with this one dude by the name of Anil on the mic. Yeah, he was rambling, but I love the way you spoke, and you inspired me. So now I want you to look into the camera, and I want you to plant some seeds of inspiration and speak to the millions of girls and women listening out there and tell them that it's okay to start late as long as you believe that you can do it." Take it away.
Yes. Yes. As you can see, that I start late. But the important thing is, if you want it, then you do it with focus. And you have to be firm. You have to know what you really want in your life, what you really want to become. So my advice is, please plan your life 5 years or 10 years ahead. See yourself in the future. So you work on it. And if you have that, then nothing's impossible.
Wow. Thank you very much, Timer. You made me believe that I can pick up the saxophone and start practicing as well. And I'm going to just do just that. Thank you very much, Fariza Hamdan, a.k.a. Timer, for being with us today on today's edition of W Talk. We wish you nothing but the best, and I look forward to seeing you perform one day live on stage. Make sure you send us all an invitation. Producer Valerie, producer Azrael, and myself, we need to come and see you perform live. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day. All right, that's a wrap for today's edition of W Talk. We spoke to the incredible saxophonist Timer. If you missed out on any part of this conversation, worry not, you can catch the replay by visiting our official YouTube channel or our Facebook page. And I'm going to wrap up this conversation with a song that Timer performed earlier on at the beginning of the interview. And this one's titled Gitaran Jiwa by Allahyarham Seniman Agung Tan Sri P. Ramlee. Tracks Momentum.